The following is a production of Fenix Media. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the company or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.
You know, out in Nevada near the silver mines, there's a kind-hearted woman. She's looking so fine, always taking care of her community. Bringing folks together is her cup of tea. She's out on the road and all over the web with a big smiling heart. It's About Town Deb.
And welcome to City Talk. I'm About Town Deb, your host. And as you could see, this is a special edition sponsored by the Dorado Wine Association right in the Sierra foothills. And you know, it's my favorite place where I go all the time. And I'm heading back this month. And because of that, we have Kara here, the executive director of Dorado Wine Association. And she has been there forever, I think. And since she has been on board, we have been able to bring Reno, Carson, Tahoe over the hill to the wineries, to all the amazing adventures you can have in that area. So with a warm, I don't have any wine today, so with a warm coffee, welcome. Kara, welcome to City Talk. I am so honored that you're here today. And I think we should just have you start out and tell us a little bit about your passion for the area first, and then, or no, where's the area and your passion, and then we'll go into the great out there.
That sounds great. And first of all, I wanted to thank you so much, Deb, for having us on. We really appreciate it. And my passion, I've always just been involved in wine and the wine industry. And our region is just so unique and diverse and exciting and really stands out from a lot of the other wine regions in California. And for those of you from, Nevada, the Reno area, we like to think of us as your backyard neighbors, that, really it's our wine region is your region. We'd like you to think of you as part of the family in El Dorado, with all of our wineries there.
I got to say, you hit the word family and friends. So I'm going to give our quote right now, because I think it's a great beginning to go into the great out there. So here's the quote for this show. Wine and friends are a great blend. And that is so true, because I really feel like the energy that we have from our area and your area over back to Reno, it's just incredible. And the wines are amazing. The soil is great. The weather is gorgeous there. And I just feel like so many people need to know more about what kind of wines you have, what you're known for, and maybe give a little history of the wine association or the area. And then we'll tell them where they need to go and why they need to go to the great out there.
Sure. Okay. So a little bit of history about the area. The El Dorado wine region, pre-Prohibition, actually had more vineyards than any other region in California, believe it or not.
Wow.
And then, a lot of people don't know that. Then, of course, Prohibition happened, and a lot of the vineyards were planted over to orchards, whether it's stone fruit or pears and that type of thing. So we really lost a lot of that dynamic during Prohibition. The reason we were so big before then is because that's where gold was discovered. Ooh. So the wineries and the vineyards kind of popped up to support maybe the drinking habits of some of the miners. So that's kind of the history of where it started. But now we are back to our, vineyard acreage is now back to where it was in the pre-Prohibition era. And you were talking a little bit about our diversity there and the yes. varieties we have. So we actually have over 70 different commercially available varieties.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. And that's what really makes us different than a lot of the other regions, where you kind of go and they're known for a specific varietal, whether it's, Cab or Chardonnay. Of course, we have those too, but you could really come to El Dorado and taste the world, because we've got Rhone varietals, we've got Italian varietals, we've got Portuguese varietals. So it makes it really unique. And, there's sort of this feeling, well, if you've got all these varietals, do you know what you're doing kind of thing? And you know what? That's why we do have all these varietals, because we do know what we're doing. We've got tons of different microclimates, which create a unique terroir. So terroir is what you kind of call how the grapes are growing, how the different, and it's a combination of the landscape, the soil, the elevation, the winds that come off of the rivers. So that all combines for different varieties to really blossom in different areas. So that's what we have found is these various combinations of soil types and our elevation allows us to produce these really amazing wines and give people the opportunity to try these wines without having to travel to Spain or Italy or France, and you can come right over the hill to El Dorado.
Well, there's something else you didn't mention. What's so special about you guys is that we said family and friends, and it's that homegrown feeling. Like you walk into a tasting room, I want to, there's a variety of sizes, there's a variety of winemakers, and everybody has their own style, but you can walk in and they remember you. Like if you continue to go and your fam, like you walk in, they greet you, how you doing? And if you were to go to any other areas, we're not going to mention, number one, you don't get that personal attention unless you're somebody. You have to spend a lot of money just to go taste, where you guys have made it accessible for any budget and anybody. And I really feel like I know a lot of my friends and community members, I say, hey, Deb, can you plan a trip? I just actually planned one last weekend. And they love the idea that I made a phone call and said, hey, they're coming. They're like, they walked in and they said, hey, oh my gosh, how are you? Hi, Kenny. And he's like, what? So I don't know how often you could do that. Like you can have that personal touch and get that extra love and attention. And you don't have to know a lot about wine. They will share that with you. And if you walk in and say, I've never tasted wine before, they're going to go, oh my gosh, I'm so happy you're here. And they're ready to teach you, but teach you at a level that you feel like you're talking to your mom or your sister. They're not going to put it way up here for you. So I really love the idea that it is family. But let's go back to Passport to the Great Out There. This is why we're on this segment. So years ago, when I first started going, it was Passport. Yes. And thanks to you, you actually helped me get in the door and open that Passport and get going. So tell us what's the new version, what has been the new version, and how many years since the change, and what do we expect?
Sure. So it had been called Passport, and we were heading into, this is our 31st year.
Wow.
Or actually, maybe it's 32nd, because we were heading into our 30th right when COVID hit. Yeah. So the year before that, we had taken a look at the fact, okay, it's been 30 years. We were actually one of the original Passport events in the entire, at least state, which would probably mean country, because, California is, the sort of the given wine region. So because of that, we said, what else can we do? Because so many other people have Passport, and it's just we wanted to make it fresh and engaging and lively. And we did a whole brainstorming session. We really came up with this idea of it's the great out there. And the reason being is because in El Dorado, you can experience so much. Yes. And you can experience not only our beautiful wine country, but there's hiking, there's whitewater rafting, there's a lot to do there. And people have this idea about, oh, it's so far out there, but really it's the great out there. And we want to celebrate that, because where else can you go and taste wines and have the beautiful backdrop of the Sierra Nevadas behind you? Yes. That rugged terrain. But again, to your point, it's also that homegrown family feel. And we really want people to feel like you're welcome, you're part of our family. Often when you come, it's the winemakers that you're talking to and serving, or it's their family members. You really get to feel like you are a part of something special. Yeah. So now it went from Passport to the Great Out There. And then we changed it up a little bit because of the pandemic. We had to change it up. So has it been 2 years we've done reservations, or is this the second year? Is this the third or reservations? Second? Yeah. And so during COVID, we had to do reservations because we had to be able to keep people socially distanced. Right. But what happened is both the wineries and the attendees came to realize the system was way superior than anything else. So what I mean by that is it really gives you the opportunity to sit down and enjoy your wine and food pairing without, feeling rushed. You have to go without having to, there could possibly be 300 people there at the same time that you're trying to fight to get that one taste. This is a much more relaxed experience for both the wineries and attendees, and it just makes it so much more engaging and fun and pleasurable. So that is a change.
Yeah. So this will be my second or third time, I don't know, with doing it this way. And I truly, in the beginning, I was like, I don't know. I love seeing everybody all at one time. But you are right. When you would go previously, you could have 50 people in line. You're trying to get your sample. Now you come in and they know who you are. You have your table. They have amazing. You will not, you got to get the VIP, just so you know. You walk in, they have your table. They pair the best food with the best wines. And you have somebody at your table that's saying, here, let me pour it. Let me tell you about it. And it's usually, like you said, a winemaker, a family member. There's some of them where their family members are there, and you get the kids and the dad, and you get a grandparent. And just to see the history of the family is really cool. And I think, is it 6 a day? How many did we do? Five. So you get to pre-pick them, which is perfect, because once, and we have a group of 10 going, and they decided to let George and I pick the wineries, but they are so excited because we try to throw in a few that they haven't been to, but they also said, we were chatting about it, and normally we do a big barbecue on Saturday night, and they're like, are you kidding me? We had so much food. We don't even need to have dinner. So we're just going to have, appetizers or something. But I have to, if you are listening, no matter what state you're in, or you have family in the area, or you just want to fly into Sacramento or fly into Reno, seriously, it is worth the drive. But for all my friends who are in your area, I have a lot of friends there. Maybe some of them haven't gone, but we really invite you to get your tickets and honestly spend a day with your family, your friends, and enjoy the views, enjoy the wine, enjoy the food. And I promise you, you will make memories and you will meet people and they will be your friends forever. And you might even join a wine club or two. I don't know, but isn't there usually wine specials during it too, Kara?
Yes. I would say the majority, if not all of the wineries, do offer special discounts to, the Great Out There attendees. So definitely a great time to stock up. And if you do go for the VIP ticket, typically then you get more of a discount. So yes. It pays for itself for sure to take the VIP route.
It does. But if you don't have to take the VIP.
No, you absolutely don't have to.
Because you're still going to get the same love and the same attention. You're going to be sitting down at your own table. You're still going to meet everybody that you want to meet. You're still going to be able to ask questions. It's it's amazing. And you also have a designated driver ticket, which is so important. I really appreciate you doing that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Right. So if being smart and conscientious, if you have someone that just wants to come and enjoy the fun, the food, the atmosphere, but not partake in the wine tasting, then get the designated driver ticket. It's super cheap. It's $25, whether you go 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, no brainer. And then you've got someone with you that can, drive you around. And I just want to clarify, because I've had this question before, that does not include a driver. You supply the driver, yes. We give the ticket. So
yeah, no, I agree. No, you have to, we actually are, we have a friend who is going to drive our car. So we have 10 of us. So we're going to get 2 people to meet us, and we're staying at Bella Vista, which we love. And so they'll meet us there. So none of us have to drive. And then he has our routes. So you'll already have your routes picked out. And if you don't know where to go, the cool thing is Kara is available, and she will tell you, you could tell her what kind of wines you like if you've never tasted. And, do you want views? Do you want it to be like a Cheers? What kind of experience do you want? I like them all. Like, I want to have a Cheers experience. I want to go sit and look at a vineyard. I want to be fancy, and I want to just go get crazy. So from what it could be wrong, but I feel like I don't know, I love all of them, but I probably have been to 80% of, how many wineries do you have? In the whole association?
In the whole association, we've got about 43 wineries, and participating in this event, there's 29 wineries.
So you have 29 wineries to pick from, and you don't have, so is it a Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Let's talk a little bit about the price and how it works.
Yeah. So it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And tickets range from your general admission 1-day ticket, which is $50. So great deal in that, all the way up to the 3-day VIP, which is going to run you $150. But everything in between. And like I said, the fact that you're making the reservations, you can go online and you can read all the winery experiences. True. Yeah. See what appeals to you. Plan your itinerary. We just caution you to make sure you're planning within the same region. El Dorado is geographically spread out. And if you're trying to get from one end to the other in one day, you don't want to do that. So.
Okay, well, I can't believe how fast our time is already running out. But here's a little tidbit. If you go online to eldoradowines.org and then / is it forward black? I don't / the great out there. But if you just go to eldoradowines.org, you will find your way, and you put in Deb's Pick, capital DEBS PICK. You're going to get $5 off, not the designated driver though, because it's got to be upfront. But I promise you, if you use the code, you're going to get a discount, and you could message me. You can call me. I will help you plan your trip. I will, whatever I can do to have you experience the best great out there, I will do it for you. So Kara, any last minute things you want to say?
I just want to say that $5 off is off of every ticket, not just off the whole order. So every ticket.
Yeah. So there you go. So that's a good thing. So once again, it's Bowtown Deb with City Talk. As you all know, El Dorado Wine Association is my favorite association. I love the wines. I love Kara, and I will see you at the great out there.